It was like in my in my breakup that happened not too long ago. It was like, yo, I love you. I do want to be with you, but I can't be myself while I'm with you, and I can't do the things that I need to do to grow.
Right.
So I have to let you go in order for that to happen. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie, that stung, but I understood it. And you came to me and you told me that. And so all I can do is wish you nothing but the best in your
Right.
journey and make sure
Right.
if there's anything I can do to help you get there, I'm gonna do that for you. Because I'm always gonna have love to you. Because you did nothing but respect me and love me. And you came at me the right way and you did it to me. And then so fast forward, talking to somebody else and we moving, we going with the motions, just going, and then the conversation starts to fade away. It's getting distant. It's coming like, what I mean, I know it's coming, but I'm not gonna make that move. They need to make that move because this is an individual who's, oh, when I'm done with you, you're dead to me. I'm like, but we ain't do nothing wrong for this to happen.
Right. Right.
I can't make that move because then I become the villain. So now I gotta have you make the move. So they finally make the move, right? And it was just like, yo, you're a good person, but we're just two different people. And I was like, yeah, I know it's coming. And you know what? Thank you for that. And you're a wonderful woman. And I hope the gifts that I got you, you don't like toss them in a box or whatever and be like, F
Right.
that. They're dead to
Right.
me. Nah, because it's like it came from a place of love because I wanted you to feel like you deserve these things, not out apologetically.
Right.
Oh, I bought you this because I messed up, which that didn't take place. But that's what they came from. And it wasn't like, oh, I bought you this because I'm trying to show off. It's I bought you this because one, you needed it at the time. And two, I bought this with thought and feelings of carefulness and growth for you. And so that's why I gave it to you. I
Right.
want you to remember that whenever you look at this ring or this earpiece or these earrings or whatever, it came from a person of love who basically says that you are worthy of love and you deserve someone to treat you and make you feel like you are a priority, like you are important, like you do matter to them.
Right.
And so keep those items, man. Rock that, wear that. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, just understand it all came from a good place. Ain't nothing came from like a jealous move. Ain't nothing came on a flex move or nothing like that. It's just, I wanted you to feel that way. And so thank you for allowing us to have this conversation and part ways on a good note. I got nothing but love for you. And if you need to talk about anything anytime, just feel free to hit me up. I'm gonna be there for you.
Right.
I may not be there like directly right away, but I'll definitely get back to you.
You won't have as much access, but you still have the door isn't slammed and locked, right?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. You can knock on the door. You just can't open it whenever you want. That's it.
Right, right, right.
That's
You
it.
don't have the key, but
Yeah,
you can.
exactly. So it's
Right.
like, yeah, so it's that kind of move, it's that kind of motion I move towards to where I've been in situations where other people it's like, nah, you got to cut that loose, or nah, you got to throw that away, and this is where most people feel like I may be a jerk. And I'm like, no. Oh, so it's between me and them. Listen, well, to be fair, they was here before you,
Mm.
so now it's like, what do you want me to do? They were here before you.
Yeah, and but a lot of people will say they were here before me, but I'm here now.
Yeah,
And
And
so I should
and
take priority. There's
no,
this hierarchy.
no, and you're right. You're here now, so let's keep it moving. The past is the past. You're
Right.
focusing on something that you have no control over. That's already done. The only control that you do have now is the present and the future. You choose the latter. Do you want to focus on now and the future, or do you want to focus on the past? Now, if the
Right.
past you want to focus on what you were not involved in, then by all means, this relationship cannot go any further because you're hanging on something that is not
Right. You're
currently
not living right
about
now.
growth.
Right.
We can't go back what was already done. So
Right.
let's keep it moving. Like, I mean, if I hang on to something that's important to me that make me feel special from somebody else, then so be it. That's just that. I hang on to it because it came from a good place. These are good people, and obviously, you want good people to be a part of the person's life that you care about. So whatever, whatever, if they even were a past lover or not, it don't matter because it's all about elevating.
And I feel like so going back to ending relationships peacefully, like the things that came up in everything you were saying, one of the biggest things is closure. So being able to have that conversation, communicating effectively, like, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm seeing. I feel like our relationship isn't going where I need it to go, right? And being able to give that person and yourself that sense of closure, having that effective communication, but also being self aware enough to be able to say, this relationship isn't serving me. So, how do I move on to the next level, right? And then that last part of what you said was allowing people the power to choose what's best for them, not staying in a relationship. And we talked about this before, not staying in a relationship just because it checks the box or just because you feel obligated or just because whatever, but actually doing what is best for you and your growth, right? But then with that, okay, so now you've ended the relationship peacefully, but of course, at some point there was like that sexual tension, that sexual connection, or maybe there wasn't, and maybe that's why you ended the relationship and this doesn't apply. But for all the other relationships that this does apply to, right? How
Yeah.
do you navigate that we had this sexual experience? I can't forget it. I can't erase it.
Hmm.
Like, does that still come up?
I mean, it does come up. It definitely does come up, though. And the one thing I will say to this is that it's the like for both individuals, you got to go with the respect boundaries. Like we had sex, it was awesome, it was great. You with somebody, I'm with somebody. That's
Right,
it. That was the, you know what I'm
right,
saying? We ain't gonna hurt nobody new. We ain't gonna make anything
right,
turmoil or crazy.
right,
That portion is in the past. Let's leave it there. You feel me? Talk about it, whatever. That's fine. But at the end of the day, the person I'm with will always come before you because they who I'm with now.
right,
And if one individual doesn't understand or respect that, then they are no longer allowed to come even knock on the door
right.
of that friendship or that closeness because you don't respect my
Boundaries.
growth.
Right,
You don't respect my growth of trying to be and try to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's wrong when you're trying to like we had our chapter, we had our fun, and it's wrong to come back and try to disrupt something new.
right,
And when you're doing that kind of disruption, you're not only hurting, and it's selfish. You're hurting multiple people. You're hurting multiple people. The one you're with, the one that you was with, and the new one that they're with. So it's like, yeah, that's chaotic and that's messy, and that's never good. So, and the sexual tension is there. Now, if you single and it's still there, I mean, hey,
go with it.
hey, you feel me? Birds gotta fly, fish gotta swim. You know what I mean? Somebody gotta get some cutting. I don't know what to tell you. You know, get it, man, get it. Enjoy yourself. The love is there. It may not be the same. Just enjoy it until you come. Just enjoy it until something reconnects with you. It may not be the
Right,
same person. It could be with somebody different. I've been in situations where I reopened the box of sexual exploitation with the last person I was with, and I've done that, and it was good until it wasn't. When it ended, it's either I was in a relationship with somebody else or they was in a relationship with somebody else. Hey, thank you. Be easy. That's it.
right,
Bless you. Now they would hit me up every now and again and talk about their relationship. I'm like, all right, cool. What's going on? This is where it's different because now it's like you're talking to me about somebody that you're currently with, and we used to f. So now this is where the character development comes in on both parts. How do you assist in them in that situation? Are you
right,
are you the male or the female that's like bump them, get with me? Or are you the helping
right.
person that wants to see them
Or are you an
continue to be
actual
happy?
friend? Right,
Well, you're an actual friend. Because an actual friend finna be like, well, maybe you should talk to them. Maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try that. Don't give up on it because you they're this, that, and the third. You try to help them find a way around their situation because clearly
right,
all things it's gotten to a point where they gotta holler at an ex to basically help them understand their new situation. And so there ain't nothing wrong with that. You just gotta be wary that when you make that connection, it's a good connection with somebody who still wants you to be great, even though you're not with them.
right,
They're always your
right,
biggest cheerleader, even though you're not with them. They always gonna applaud you at your greatness, even though you're not with them.
And I think that's one of the most important things to remember is just because you may want to maintain a relationship with your ex doesn't mean that that person is capable. And this goes back to our last podcast, holding space, doesn't mean that that person is capable of being in that role, because
Hmm.
maybe you feel a sense of closure, but that person may still be like, no, I still got some unfinished business I'm trying to handle, and you shut the door in my face, right? So being
Yeah,
mindful, not just of your feelings, but also making sure that that's what that other person wants and that they're genuine.
yeah, no, and if and it goes back to the communication. It's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna always leave the option for you to hit me up, and if you take up on it, then that's cool. We can have a healthy friendship relationship. But if you say no, ain't nothing I can do for you. If I run into you in the store, I'm gonna say what's up. If I see you on
Right.
social media and we still social media friends, I'm not gonna go in deep. I'm gonna just hit like. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But just hit like, and if you like my joint too, that's cool. But I'm not finna like go into depth with it. I'm not finna hit you up and have a full on conversation because I know where we left off at, and we not
Right.
like that no more. And then every now and again, I may come across a person that's like, nah, I'm gonna block you and delete you from everything.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna,
usually the trends.
you
Yes.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut all ties related to you, your family, your friends, the people we linked up with together. They gonna either choose you or me, or we done. I'm like, yo,
Right.
I ain't mad at you because that's how you feel. And so at the end of the day, what we had was good. I know for a fact I left you on a good spot. Well, at least I felt, at least in my mind, I left you in a good place, or at least
Right.
attempted to leave you in a good mental place. You know what I mean? And I got nothing in return for it, but it's okay though. That's my character. It's like I don't do it expecting something in return. I do. The only thing the only thing I want reciprocated is the respect.
Right.
That's it. Respect me. That's it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I saw another quote my cousin had sent me as well. It was like a guy doing something for his lady, and somebody's like, "Yo, what does she do for you? What does she bring to the table? Don't worry about all that. Continue to be the best person that you are, and continue to elevate that person. There's clearly something going good here because I'm elevating them, and they providing something for me to continue to want to elevate them. That energy, that connection, that bond that we have. We're all coming from a hurt place in relationships where we've all at some point been cheated on. We've all at some point been deceived, and we've all at some point been, crushed and lied to. So now, whenever somebody's genuinely trying to be kind to us and good to us, we waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah,
We
that part.
looking, we look, we looking for that. We looking for that negativity. That it sounds good, but I don't believe it.
Right.
And so this is where you got some people that either they run away from it, or you got some people that test it just so they could say, "I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were all lies." And it's just like no matter what you do, they're gonna find a way to try and test that button to make sure they hit that right button. They hitting all the buttons. It's like, oh, he ain't jump yet. Oh, she ain't acting up yet. Hold on, let me see. Let me
But
see.
that's a trauma response. It really is. I feel like everything comes back to trauma. But it really is. Like,
No, it
I'm
is.
so
It is.
used to people not meeting my expectations that I am expecting you to not meet my expectations. So let me help you along. That's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to. And even when you go back to cutting ties, a lot of times that's the only way that people know how to cope with that sense of, because for a lot of people, and I was talking with somebody about this the other day, a lot of people, it's a sense of rejection. We broke up. Yes, we may have broken up on good mutual terms, but it's still this feeling of rejection or failure or whatever. And so I'm going to cut ties. I'm going to burn all the bridges because it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to think about you. I don't have to think about the failure. I don't have to think about the heartache. I don't have to think about all this stuff. I just want to pretend like it didn't happen and move on. And I think that's part of the reason why so many people can't maintain relationships with their exes, because they're not doing the work to really process, okay, why is this person my ex? What did I learn? What did I gain from this relationship and from this experience?
Yeah. And